Welcome back to the playthrough of Advance Wars Horizons. Up next is Broken Heart. And for our CO we have Sally this time. Now this looks like a gimmicky kind of map. Yeah, there's these islands that are disconnected and there's no airports, I noticed, so the infantry on those islands just have to capture all those cities. You start with very low income. Aside from the HQ and the base, there's nothing else for you. But you should be able to quickly amass a lot of funds using these cities. And there's also a com tower here as well. Now, there's a huge mountain range going through the middle of the map. I think if we put a rocket here, yeah, we can start hitting its base, but I might want to build a medium tank and send it through this path first. Have it go off by itself. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Because sending off tanks by themselves, it's not going to be able to break through the enemy's formations if they start building their own tanks. Right, we've got 8,000. Yeah, so if we save here, we can get a medium tank soon. And then behind it we can send maybe a couple of other tanks, and then we build our rockets. Right, so COs. So we've gone with Sally this time, going in order as I said before with the COs. We've seen it before. She gets extra movement if units are almost at max fuel. CO power, I've given it some thought, and I think honestly this is not very good CO power. It's kind of like a worse version of Jess's turbocharge, CO power. Because if you think about it, it refuels and gives you ammo. It heals 1 HP. Okay, Jess's power doesn't do that. But you don't get any extra movement from this. You get it from having max fuel. So it's kind of like a worse version of Jess's power because you don't get any extra firepower. CO power, super CO power, does give her 1 extra move. And I'm guessing this stacks with the day-to-day. If you have a vehicle that's almost at full fuel. The ability to reposition after taking attacks, it can be situationally useful, but I would honestly just prefer a firepower boost like Jess has, but maybe I'm undervaluing how strong the CO might be. Right, down here, I'll capture maybe 1 or 2 more cities, and then we'll grab that com tower. Right, well you've walked into range, so I'll definitely hit you. How much fuel do you have? 44. I think I might put you here instead. Right, we've got 9,000, so we can get a rockets next turn, but I think I'll hold off and get a recon just to have something to deal with all these infantry crossing the mountain. Right, so this didn't matter because this AI has just decided to go in with this tank. But if this AI had, say, placed this unit here, we would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normally. But with the extra boost we would have had from positioning ourselves here, we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is some tricky play you can do with this CO. I'll give it that. Right, so if we attack here, you can't go from the top, can you? No, so we'll attack you here, hit you here, and then the mech will go after this city. Time to build our rockets. Right, I think we're going to give up on these cities down here because there's stuff like recon's coming, so yeah, I think I'll just try and go for the HQ. We've already got a decent amount of income. What's the speed limit on this? 18 days, okay. And it's currently day 9, okay. We do have to get a move on. Position you there. Go with you instead. Yeah, you can't attack him, okay. Right, I guess we'll start spamming some mechs. Because we need to get stuff over there that can deal with vehicles. Because our medium tank's going to get there, but it's going to take a few turns. Right, extra firepower go. Right, you can start locking that base next turn. Right, get rid of you. And then you can start capturing that one. Right, I guess we just start spamming mechs now. There's probably some big brain play here with an APC rush, but my name's not Biggest Stinger, so I'll leave that to him. Right, Right, our opponent Nazir. Let's have a look at him as well. Neptune, okay. So he's got stronger units that are 9,000 and below. Okay. Cheaper units are better, more expensive units are weaker. So his powers like Sasha's, where he gets funds from dealing damage. And he can buy units from cities that he's got captured, so it's a bit like Hachi. Although they can immediately act, so it's a bit more like Sensei, but you have to pay for them. Okay. And then below tier units, below 10,000 gain +2 movement, quite strong. And then they apply -15 defense to adjacent enemies. Okay. Does that apply after units already moved? So, say if you move a tank next to a unit and then attack, does the effect come into play immediately? Or I'm not too sure. We'll have to test that later on. Right. Artillery. Okay. So if we do this, put you there, and go there. Delays our lock on the base for a turn, but it seems like that base is being used to build mostly infantry and mech, so it's that base really that seems to be building vehicles, so the lock on the base isn't too much of an issue. And as soon as I say that, they bloody build a tank from there. Okay, fair enough. But you moved your mech into range, so we'll get rid of that. Do I want to do that? No, I think I'll lock the base. Because they've got a mech, but won't be able to do anything just yet. And actually, if we put this infantry here, it's going to create quite the interesting situation. Because now there's nothing that can move there onto this tile. So we're covering this rocket's minimum range. Right, an anti-air approaching, but that's not too much of a threat. We've got loads of mechs. Now, hopefully, he'll build his infantry on the island below. Okay, you got 2 infantry down there and a mech up top. It's not too bad. Okay, so the artillery are being quite annoying. We do see a little trick we can do here. So if we get you into position here, Okay, put you there. Your job's kind of done, so you can just sit here. Guess we can build another rocket at this point. Right, and if we put you there, you here, move you in. Oops, didn't see that. Right, okay, so now you can... might not kill. Okay, didn't. That's fine. Probably can't move that tank up just yet anyway, because there's still other tanks running around. Now, I can do something interesting here, but that is a 2 HP. I was going to move this, try and get a luck roll on this tank and then move this in, but I don't think it's worth it. Just do this instead. Weaken you and then join. Right, at this point I guess we're just building rockets, because nothing else is going to arrive in time. It's turn 14, and the score limit is 18. Yeah, I'm probably missing some kind of strategy here to get a really fast clear, but this should work. Right. Now, what are we doing here? Okay, you can get rid of that mech. You can hit this one, I guess? Yeah, sure. And then you can't move, so you can kill him. Right, now at this point, I'm just overloading the AI's defenses, so just send all your units in. And then we've got this one here that's not going to be hit by anything. How far are you to your power? Okay, you've already got it, but you may save up for your super. Right, we can hit you, at least. Right. So this super lets us move after we've taken an action. Okay. Right, we'll see how this works. Right, now, does this work with indirects? It does! Okay, that's interesting. You can't attack again, but you can move afterwards. Okay. That's cool. So I can move you there. Not that that does much. Yeah, and you can't fire after moving. Okay, good to know. Right, start capturing that with you. Finish that off. Retreat that. Kill that tank. Yeah, so it's kind of a sloppy way to beat this map, but it works. Build a missile just for the hell of it. Haven't used one of them yet. Right, so we've lost 2 units. Should be fine on technique. Because this operates on campaign rules, not war room rules. The normal ones at least. So you can lose a fair few units. KO should be good. Definitely got it now though. Alright, that was 17 days and the speed limit was 18. Yeah, definitely could have played this better.
Mission complete.
Alright, well, I think we got very little use out of her CO power, but the way I'm playing, I'm just going in order of COs, so that's bound to happen eventually. Anyway, thanks for watching the episode. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. Stay tuned for the next part, and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.